ignored can feel like a deep rejection. It can make you question yourself, wondering what you did wrong, why you are not being acknowledged, or if you are simply not good enough. But the truth is, when someone ignores you, it is not always about you. It is often about them. People's actions are shaped by their own thoughts, priorities, and insecurities. You cannot control how someone treats you, but you can control how you respond. Your worth is not determined by who acknowledges you and who does not. If someone chooses to ignore you, it does not mean you are unworthy of attention or respect. It simply means they have chosen not to engage, and that is their choice, not a reflection of your value. Do not let someone's silence make you feel invisible. The most successful and influential people in history were ignored, doubted, or overlooked at some point in their lives. What made them great was not how others treated them, but how they responded to it. It is easy to fall into the trap of believing that your worth is determined by how others treat you. When someone ignores you, does not acknowledge your efforts, or fails to appreciate your presence, it can make you question your value. You might start wondering if you are not good enough, if you need to change something about yourself, or if you are simply unworthy of attention. But the truth is, your worth is not measured by who notices you, who responds to you, or who validates you. Your worth is something that exists within you, independent of anyone else's opinions or actions. People's attention is often based on their own priorities, distractions, and emotions, not on your value as a person. Someone may ignore you because they are dealing with their own struggles, because they do not recognize your significance, or because they are simply not the right people to be in your life. None of these reasons mean that you are less worthy. They simply mean that you are focusing on the wrong source of validation. When you tie your self-worth to other people's recognition, you place your happiness in their hands. That is a dangerous place to be because people are unpredictable and their attention is fleeting. Think about the most successful, talented, and inspiring people in history. At some point, they were ignored, underestimated, or overlooked. But they did not let the lack of attention define them. Instead, they focused on their own growth, their own purpose, and their own goals. They knew that their value was not determined by how many people clapped for them or how much recognition they received. What truly mattered was their belief in themselves. You do not need anyone's validation to be valuable. You do not need attention to prove that you are worthy. Your worth comes from your character, your integrity, and the way you choose to live your life. The right people, those who genuinely appreciate you, will see your value without you having to beg for their attention. Instead of chasing after people who ignore you, invest in yourself. Build your skills, follow your passions, and become the kind of person who does not need external validation to feel fulfilled. The moment you stop seeking approval from others is the moment you set yourself free. You are not defined by how others treat you. You are defined by how you see yourself and what you choose to believe about your worth. Hold your head high, walk with confidence, and know that you are valuable just as you are. Rejection is one of the most painful experiences in life, whether it is being turned down for an opportunity, ignored by someone you care about, or feeling unappreciated in your efforts. Rejection can make you feel unworthy and defeated. It is easy to take it personally and believe that it is a reflection of your value. But the truth is, rejection is not the end of your journey. It is often a powerful form of redirection. Instead of seeing it as a failure, consider it a sign that you are meant for something different, something better. When a door closes, it does not mean you are not good enough. It simply means that particular path was not meant for you. Too often, people hold on to situations, relationships, or opportunities that are not truly aligned with their purpose. Rejection can be painful, but it is also a way of clearing your path from things that do not serve you. It forces you to step back, reassess, and find a new direction that might be even greater than the one you originally wanted. Think about the times in your life when you faced rejection. Maybe you did not get the job you desperately wanted, only to later find an opportunity that was a much better fit. Maybe someone walked away from your life, and though it hurt at the time, you eventually realized they were not the right person for you. Rejection is not a dead end. It is a detour leading you to where you are truly meant to be. Instead of dwelling on the pain of rejection, use it as motivation. Let it push you to work harder, improve yourself, and explore new possibilities. Many of the most successful people in the world face rejection before they achieve greatness. They were told no countless times, but instead of giving up, they used those rejections as stepping stones towards something even better. You have two choices when faced with rejection. Let it break you or let it build you. Choose to see it as redirection, as a sign that life has something greater in store for you. Keep moving forward, keep improving, and trust that every rejection is simply a push towards something that will truly be right for you. One day you will look back and realize that what you thought was a loss was actually a blessing in disguise. It is natural to want recognition, love, and validation from others. When someone ignores you or does not appreciate your efforts, the instinctive reaction is often to chase after them, to try harder, to prove your worth, and to seek their approval. But the truth is, the more you chase, the less value you place on yourself. The more you run after people, opportunities, or recognition, the more you give away your power. Instead of chasing, shift your focus inward. Stop seeking validation from external sources and start building yourself into the kind of person who no longer needs to beg for attention. When you chase something, whether it is a person, a job, or success, you are operating from a mindset of lack. You are telling yourself that you are incomplete without it, that your happiness depends on gaining what is just out of reach. But the reality is, true fulfillment does not come from outside approval. It comes from within. The moment you stop chasing and start investing in yourself, everything changes. You gain confidence, self-respect, and an unshakable sense of worth that no rejection or neglect can take away. People are naturally drawn to those who know their own value. When you stop chasing and start focusing on personal growth, you become someone worth noticing. Instead of wasting energy on proving yourself to others, use that energy to develop new skills, set meaningful goals, and become stronger mentally and emotionally. Work on yourself so much that people cannot ignore your presence, not because you are demanding attention, but because you have become someone they admire. Success, love, and recognition come to those who do not desperately seek them, but instead focus on becoming the best version of themselves. The right people, the right opportunities, and the right moments will come when you are truly ready, not when you force them. Let go of the need to chase. Build yourself, improve yourself, and trust that when you focus on growth, the things meant for you will naturally fall into place. Silence is one of the most powerful forms of communication. It can speak louder than words, revealing more about a person or a situation than anything they could ever say. When someone ignores you, when they choose silence over explanation, it is not an accident, it is a message. Instead of feeling hurt or desperate for their attention, take a step back and listen to what their silence is truly saying. It may be telling you that they do not value you as much as you thought, that they are avoiding something, or that they do not have the courage to be honest. Whatever the reason, silence carries truth. Many people waste their energy trying to force words out of someone who refuses to communicate. They beg for explanations, chase after closure, and try to understand why they are being ignored. But here is the reality. If someone truly cared, they would not leave you questioning. If they valued your presence, they would not make you feel invisible. Silence is not just the absence of words. It is an answer in itself. And sometimes it is the only answer you need. But silence is not just about how others treat you. It is also a tool you can use for your own strength. When faced with negativity, criticism, or manipulation, your silence can be more powerful than any response. Not everything deserves your energy. When you stop reacting to toxic people, you take away their power. When you refuse to engage in pointless arguments, you maintain your peace. Silence, when used wisely, is not a sign of weakness, but of control and wisdom. There will be times when silence feels painful, but it can also be a blessing. It teaches you to rely on yourself, to seek answers within, and to stop chasing validation from those who do not offer it. Instead of fearing silence, embrace it. Let it show you the truth about people. Let it guide you to self-respect. And most importantly, let it remind you that you do not need to fight for the attention of those who do not see your worth. Because the right people will never leave you in doubt, and the wrong ones will make their feelings clear, not with words, but with their silence. Walking away is one of the hardest things to do, especially when you have invested your time, energy, and emotions into something or someone. Whether it is a toxic relationship, a one-sided friendship, an unhealthy work environment, or a situation where you are being disrespected, the thought of leaving can feel overwhelming. But sometimes the strongest decision you can make is to walk away, not out of anger, not out of spite, but out of self-respect. Because the moment you choose to stay in a place where you are not valued, you are telling yourself that you do not deserve better. Respecting yourself means recognizing your worth, setting boundaries, and refusing to settle for less than what you deserve. If someone constantly ignores you, disrespects you, or treats you as an option, then walking away is not a loss, it is a victory. It is a declaration that you refuse to beg for attention, that you will not tolerate mistreatment, and that your self-worth is not dependent on how someone else sees you. You cannot force people to appreciate you, but you can choose to remove yourself from situations where you are not valued. Many people stay in unhealthy situations because they fear loneliness, rejection, or the unknown. But staying in the wrong place only delays your growth and blocks you from finding the people and opportunities that truly align with your value. Walking away is not about giving up. It is about choosing yourself. It is about recognizing that you deserve relationships, environments, and opportunities that uplift you, not drain you. When you respect yourself enough to walk away, you create space for better things to enter your life. It takes courage to leave behind what no longer serves you. It takes strength to say, I deserve more. But the moment you choose self-respect over seeking approval, everything changes. You become stronger, more confident, and more in control of your own happiness. Do not be afraid to walk away from anything that does not honor your worth. The right people, the right opportunities, and the right life will never require you to sacrifice your self-respect. Choose yourself, because the moment you do, the world will start treating you with the value you have always deserved. Sometimes being ignored is a hidden blessing. It reveals where you truly stand in someone's life. If a person consistently ignores you, it shows they do not prioritize you. Instead of chasing after their approval, take it as a sign that you need to redirect your energy.